A lot of the argument has centered on the question of crime. Do sanctuary cities encourage locals to cooperate with the police, thereby lowering crime rates, or do they simply halt the deportation of dangerous illegal aliens? That has been the argument. Well, some light has been shed on it by a couple of recent studies. One from the University of California at Riverside found no statistically significant gap in crime rates between sanctuary cities and law-abiding cities. In the city of Phoenix, meanwhile, the study found that crime fell substantially after Phoenix repealed its sanctuary city policies 9 years ago. Enrique Morones is the founder of Border Angels. It advocates on behalf of illegal aliens, and he joins us tonight. Enrique, thanks a lot for coming back on this show. We've had you a couple times. And one of the reasons I want to talk to you tonight is because science has weighed in on the conversation that you and I had about the effect of sanctuary policies on crime. You and a lot of others have made the case, look, if we crack down on illegals, they're never going to report crime to the police and crime will go up. Now we know that that didn't happen, and that in Phoenix, crime went down when the city stopped ignoring federal law. How do you respond to that?
Well, first of all, I don't advocate for illegals. I call people people. They're human beings. They're not illegal aliens or illegal human beings. And the fact that there's a study or a situation...
I'm not saying the fact that being human is illegal. I'm saying they're in the country illegally. People who are not allowed to be here.
Right, but they're not illegal aliens. They're people that have done
well, they're aliens. They're from foreign countries, and they're here illegally. Call them what you want. We're talking about the same group of people.
Well, I like to use humane terms. Now, but Phoenix is comparably the same size as San Diego, the city of my birth, the city that I'm in right now.
Right.
And San Diego, which is kind of, it's not officially a sanctuary city, it's a safe city, which is almost exactly the same. Here, crime has been very, very low. And law enforcement here, like overwhelmingly across the country, does not want, I'm talking about police and sheriffs, they don't want to act as immigration agents. They want to have trust within the community, like you have in San Diego, one of the safest cities in the country, the same size as Phoenix, except we're right next to the border. I was in Tijuana today, for example. It's only 15 minutes away.
No, I know. I grew up there. I know where it is.
Yeah.
But let me just ask you this: Why is it that on the subject of illegal immigration, liberals want police to make the rules? I don't think you'd want cops to make the rules on stop and frisk or racial profiling. But when it comes to this, you're like, oh, the cops want it. In our country, the police don't get to make the laws. Lawmakers make the laws. And so the question is,
that's right.
Will the police carry out their duty to enforce the laws or not? And you're saying they don't want to. That tells me nothing. Should they or not? That's the question.
I'm not saying that they should make the policies. The policies, as you stated, are made in Washington. And that's why the overwhelming majority of the country did not vote for Trump, does not support Trump. Nobody's unqualified, and look at the mess that he's making across the country. So what I'm saying is we should have humane policies. If you want to talk about law enforcement, talk to law enforcement across the country. Get their feedback. See what they think. They're opposed to a lot of these policies.
Okay, they may be, and who knows why they are. Maybe political pressure, they don't want to do extra work, but it's not actually relevant to the question, either in general or in this specific case. I'm confronting you with social science that shows that sanctuary city policies do not make cities safer. And I just want you to acknowledge that science is real and that you were wrong.
I acknowledge that science is real, and that's why one study versus 10 studies, I'm with the 10 studies that say that just the opposite. Just the opposite, because you're using one study. I'm using studies from the Cato Institute, from the Pew Institute.
No, the Cato Institute study.
There's the Cato Institute. It came out in January in the New York Times.
I know the study you're talking about.
Okay, well, look at the New York Times, January this year. The article is right there. Look at the Pew Institute. You weren't a fellow there. Pew Institute, you weren't a fello there. They say the same thing. Okay. There's study after study that says this.
No,
so you can pick and choose one study or one case and use that as, like you often do. But let's look at the real numbers. Let's look at the overall situation, not only a few cases that are different from the rest.
Just for those at home watching, and maybe you don't have time, you're not an expert in this, let me just say, there are no studies of the kind you're referring to. They don't exist.
The studies that compare, the Pew Institute.
No, that's not true. Studies that compare cities with sanctuary city policies and those without and their crime rates, this is the only one I've ever seen. I've looked into it. So, but look, are you saying that this study is wrong? And on the basis of what are you saying that?
I'm saying that the overwhelming majority of people that are undocumented do not commit crimes, are not criminals.
I'm not saying they do.
A citizen is 5 times more likely to commit a crime than an undocumented person. Let's look at solving the crime issue. Let's not be labeling people and blaming people.
Okay, then let me just ask you a question that I always have. So you don't like the law, all right? There are a lot of laws that I don't like, a lot of laws I don't like. But I kind of have to obey them because, I'm a citizen and everything. Why don't you put pressure on your lawmaker, the congressman who represents you, the 2 senators you have, other elected officials in Washington to change the law. That way we could actually obey the law, but the law would be more to your liking. That's kind of how the system in this country works. Why not try that?
We are doing that. As a matter of fact, that's why California, the state, is considered a sanctuary state, the entire state.
California is not a country. It doesn't get to make federal law.
No, but it'd be the fifth most powerful country in the world if it was a country.
Right, but
so
that's
let's start
fantasy.
at home. So we start in San Diego,
back to reality
then we start in California,
okay.
Then let's go across the country.
No,
that's the way
you're missing
these laws are made.
I get it. California can pass whatever laws it wants, but we're talking about federal law passed in Washington by the Congress. If you don't like those laws, I get it. But why not try and change them rather than ignore it? Otherwise, you might be sending the message that if you don't like federal law, you just ignore it. I mean, that's what you're saying.
We should be, if somebody commits a crime, they should be arrested. No doubt about it. Donald Trump should be arrested for the sexual crimes he's committed, for example.
Okay.
He shouldn't get a pass. He shouldn't get a pass.
Okay, very good point. Really? Okay. But hold on. Wait, can you
I'm saying.
What you're saying is you want the law to be different. Why not try and change it? Or does every person get to decide?
We are working on that.
How about this? What if Alabama decided, you know what, we're sick of enforcing federal voting rights law? Would you say, go Alabama?
We've seen that in Alabama. We've seen that in Alabama.
I don't think we have
freedom riders and so forth. It's not in quite some time, but they're trying to change it again.
I mean, right now in 2017.
But a lot of those things really haven't changed. Well, look at Alabama today. We have a long ways to go in Alabama.
Right. I think I've been hit with a tidal wave of dumbness.
Look at product of Alabama, Jeff Sessions. Come on.
Okay.
No, I am responding to
Thanks,
this. We are
Enrique.
looking at
From the San Diego School of Debate.